Welcome to our video podcast, Adult Learning and Education in Times of COVID-19. After having spoken to several international colleagues and partners, in this episode we're looking at activities in Germany, the country where DVV International runs its headquarters and where its parent organization, the German Adult Education Association, or DVV in short, is located as well. It's a great honor to welcome my colleague Celia Sokolowsky. Celia is project lead at the German Adult Education Association. In this position, she is responsible for the development of digital learning offers for basic education and second language acquisition. For over 14 years, she has also been a teacher for German as a second language and for literacy trainings. Welcome, Celia. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Barbara.
The German Adult Education Association is the umbrella organization of 900 adult education centers, the so-called Volkshochschulen, that are located across the entire country. The centers are by tradition not only a place where people learn, but also where people gather and exchange. Due to the Corona pandemic, the Volkshochschulen very quickly needed to adapt to the new reality of physical distancing. So how did the Volkshochschulen manage this situation, and what major challenges did they face?
Yes, you already said it. Volkshochschulen are not only schools for adults, but they are places for social and intercultural encounter and places for togetherness, open for everybody. And this is something that could no longer be under the conditions of the COVID-19 pandemic. So even though the pandemic in China began 2 months earlier, the Volkshochschulen were ultimately unprepared for closure in mid-March, I have to say. So from one day to the next, they were only digital offers or no offers at all. In recent years, we had developed a number of tools for the virtual expansion of learning space, and this now paid off. But there were also a lot of challenges. There have still been enough challenges because it's just because you have a technical solution doesn't mean that the task is already done. We had originally designed our platforms for blended learning, that is the extension of the classroom course into digital space, like the combination of the best of two worlds, but the new situation was different. It was that existing learning groups, existing courses could only continue to learn online. And for this, new pedagogical and didactical concepts had to be developed, and teachers had to get adjusted to the changed task, and also learner had to adjust. So with all these challenges, but I have to say that there has been an incredible development here. We had experienced so much motivation among students and teachers to make the best out of the lockdown and to use this time intensively for learning. And where before there were reservations and perhaps even fears about the digital world, teachers and students have broken new ground, and many have learned so much and so much new.
You just mentioned how the German adult education centers needed to adapt to the new reality by introducing digital learning, and as an umbrella organization, DVV is providing support to the adult education centers on many levels, and your team is responsible for the development of digital learning offers. So how could you very concretely help the education centers during this Corona crisis?
The DVV provides the Volkshochschulen with the VHS.Cloud and VHS Lernportal. The VHS.Cloud is a platform on which each of our 900 institutions here in Germany can set up and offer their courses. Like the VHS Cloud offers a wide range of useful functionalities and tools for online courses, and something that is very important for us, it also provides absolute data security for our schools. So, but the content still has to be selected and integrated by the teacher and the institution. The VHS Lernportal, on the other hand, is also a platform but with featured courses and a learn management system in which these courses are embedded. So our students in the courses are accompanied by tutors, which are their teachers in the classroom, and on the platform online, they accompany them as tutors. through our office, we have achieved that many courses could continue. So many people could use the time at home during the lockdown for learning, and while doing so, they were accompanied by their tutors. So let me give you a concrete example from the field of the so-called integration courses. These are German courses for immigrants, and Volkshochschulen are the largest provider of these courses. With the closure of the educational institutions in mid-March, these courses were suspended, and about 220,000 people in all over Germany no longer had lessons in German as a second language. So then our VHS Lernportal became the only platform in Germany on which these courses could be continued. We, at that time, at the end of March, beginning of April, we had incredible growth rates. In the first 6 weeks alone, 150,000 people came to our platform to register in German as a second language courses. In the same period, almost 10,000 new teachers came also to the platform to become a tutor on the Lernportal. For many of them, also for the teachers, this was completely new ground. They were very happy to receive further training also in this area, and we also experienced, quite frankly, a lot of gratitude and enthusiasm to teach online. Many of them tell us now that they would like to have the old classroom course back, of course, but they also want to continue working with our VHS Lernportal in the future and continue with a blended learning concept that would integrate digital learning and face-to-face learning in the classroom. And this, of course, we see this as a great confirmation of our work.
You just touched upon the challenges and the opportunities of learning with digital media, and you mentioned a few examples. And besides your extensive training experience, you're also regularly publishing on questions of learning with digital media in literacy and language acquisition. So which opportunities arise from the digital push that we are experiencing right now for basic education and second language acquisition?
A good question. I mean, I think very generally speaking, the world will not be the same when this crisis is over. And this also applies to adult education. And I think it's very important that we make the best out of it and change it in a progressive way. The face-to-face courses, they have many good aspects, and they have advantages in the field of encounter, of social and intercultural learning. Dialogue and exchange will perhaps be more appreciated even more in the future. So what I think is that teachers will use these advantages more consciously. I think there will be a more flexible use of the instruments and tools that we have. This is something I'm quite convinced of, because we learned so much about what is good about digital learning in the recent months, but we also, of course, see the limits, and we will appreciate more what we can do face-to-face in group work. And yes, and we see the decisive advantages of blended learning. I mean, we can learn with digital media independently of time and place, and it will allow us to reach new groups, new target groups of participants who previously could not find their way into our courses because maybe they were held at the wrong time, our target groups were in shift work or etc., or for whatever reason difficult to reach. I think this is also something that we can see. We can reach out to new targets groups with the digital tools that we have. So what also remains, of course, is the knowledge and the competences that our participants, our students, and our teachers have developed over the past weeks in dealing with digital learning opportunities and offers. And well, to make one point, I think the smartphone has been sustainably activated as a resource for education, and this is a very important achievement, and I think this will last.
Many thanks, Celia, for having shared your insights into the German reality in times of Corona, and for also sharing new opportunities in learning with digital media. It was a pleasure that you have been our guest, and yeah, take care and goodbye.
Yes, goodbye. Thank you, Barbara.